Speakers tonight. This is going to be very good. It's a good way to start the year. And our first speaker is going to speak about worth more than $1,000,000 is the title of his speech. And finding value in people is the information that we want to get out of his speech. His speech is going to be 5 to 7 minutes. So please, I'd like to please introduce Jeff Schluter, who will be our first speaker tonight. Jeff.
Hi, everybody. Settle in for a moment. Lean back. Let your shoulders drop. Take a breath. Now open your eyes, and most of all, and your ears, and most of all your heart. We're going to take a road trip, the kind that just doesn't just cover miles, but shakes loose what's been stuck inside of you. By the time we're done, you'll see resilience and value differently. Last year, I rolled northbound out of Flagstaff, Arizona, and if you know Flagstaff, Arizona, you know I meant downhill. Route 66, then US 89, heading towards the Reds. High desert, red earth, a sky so wide it felt like it had no ceiling. That's where I first noticed them, wild sunflowers, not planted, curated, or invited. They grow where they can find water, in ravines, in roadside cuts, carved by storms, in places most people pass by at 90 miles per hour without ever noticing them. And they follow me through the Navajo Nation, a land so old it makes your own heartbeat feel loud. Silence, broken only by the sharp cry of a kingbird slicing through the air. And there they stood, bright, stubborn, and alive, not surviving quietly, but blooming boldly. Eastern Utah then, best described as a picture postcard. Red cliffs, golden light. Stone cathedral where the Creator allowed time to step into eternity. And tucked deep in the cracks of that sacred rock, wild sunflowers again. Blooming where elegance is not supposed to live. Colorado's mountains rose like ancient giants casting shadows over I-70. Wyoming stretched wide and unforgiving. Snow, fences, wind, winter waiting its turn. And still, wild sunflower after wild sunflower, an insurrection of color against the impossible. 1,300 miles later, outside a small Great Plains town called Canastota, South Dakota, in the corner of a rutted cornfield, there they were, still blooming, still reaching, still finding just enough water to do what they were meant to do, and standing there on the gravel roads of my ancestors. The message was clear. Life will bloom anywhere it's given the smallest chance, where resilient souls learn to find water in stone. When I got home, I knew what I wanted to give my daughter Spooty for Christmas. Her granddad Dick had a quiet tradition, Black Hills gold, jewelry for my mom. His way of saying, I see you. So I decided to pass that story forward. I told Spooty, send me your ring size. Before that, I had shared the story of the wild sunflowers with her, how they bloom in ravines, how sunflowers are a symbol for hidden disabilities like hers, and about our family's Black Hills gold tradition. 4 hours later, my phone buzzed, not with a ring size, but with a link. A Black Hills gold ring, yellow gold, green gold, and rose gold woven together and set into the side, a sunflower from a Black Hills Gold jewelry website. She didn't guess, she listened. She connected the threads, sunflowers, disability, and legacy, and built meaning out of them. That's her gift. And in that moment, I remembered saying something to her once when I noticed her feeling defeated. Spooty, you're worth more. You're worth more than $1,000,000 to me. The truth of it landed with weight. Diamonds are meant to decorate entitled decoupages and football players' earlobes, symbols of status. But she is not an ornament. She's not property. She blooms in ravines, fields, finds water in stone, and needs no placement to be beautiful. She is a gift. And so is every person with a disability whose brilliance goes unseen because the world is too busy managing them instead of listening to them. The greatest threat to people with disabilities isn't loud, it isn't violent, it's a quiet thief. It sounds like, let me do that for you. I'll handle it. Let me say for you. Soft voice, kind smile, and underneath, a slow erasure of confidence. A shrinking of identity. It doesn't break bones, it breaks potential. Here's what real support looks like. I trust you to find your own water. I'm here if you need me, but this life is yours. It asks, what do you think? It allows for a disagreement. It allows for failure, which allows for growth. Support shouldn't shrink a person, it should stretch them. Support shouldn't design their life, it should defend their right to design it themselves. So here's my ask. See them, really see them. Start looking for what is right in them. See their credibility, their creativity, their intelligence, their emotional depth. Treat every person with a disability as worth more than $1 million diamonds. Give them room to think, room to fail, to rise. Let them bloom in the ravines, because ravines grow the most resilient wild sunflowers on earth. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your very thoughtful comments and speech.